Hey guys, I'm Jeff and you're watching Valley Fish, and today we're going to do a video about how I'm going to try and battle green water algae. You can see in this Blue Jelly shrimp tank fighting green water, and then on my other shoulder this one went pea green. I'm breeding platies in there. So I might leave that one just temporarily. I'm expecting another drop. Hopefully the bleed valve on my air loop isn't too loud. Currently switching over from little pumps to a linear piston driven system. So I'll be making probably like an update video on what's changed since the last one. And I'm going to jump over and we'll show you the contraption and how I kind of did it. I might do screenshots of what I bought to do it, but it's a really, really low, probably less than $30 build. So let's see if it works. All right, ignore the clutter because I've been doing a lot of building. Got that loop up there all done. Go over that, like I said, later, but that is why there's a lot of tools and stuff laying out. So this is a UV light. I will probably, like I said, do screenshots. You can find everything on Amazon or at your hardware store for the most part. But this is just a 1.25 inch cap. I got one on each end. This is my UV light. This here is just connect. I'll run whatever length of hose I need to the header. I'll be able to adjust it. There's an air stone, and there's a, I don't know, 1.5 inch piece of PVC nipple that was extra. So that'll go in there, and that actually sits right about there. These little notches is also just 1.25 inch PVC. All I did was take the chop saw, go down 40% of the way through, 30% of the way through each side. Nice and easy, top and bottom. And there's Lily coming down. She's like, what are we making a video for? So anyways, I measured where the end of the cap went, did 2 lines. That's where that nipple does. And what that does is that holds the UV light up into this tube, because I didn't want it sitting down like that so you would see it, because UV light is really bad on your eyes. So with that nipple, there should be no light past where my end of my finger is, and at the top I left a gap so that we didn't see it up here. So that is what the nipple's for. You could use anything. I was going to use foam but couldn't find what I wanted, so I'm going to put this back together. We're going to run air through the end, like I got it notched for the cord. I also just hit that with the chop saw, made a groove. This was a couple dollars. These were a couple dollars. I already had, the air stone laying around and the fittings. And this was, I think, $20 on Amazon, but I will give you a screenshot of what I bought. And there is the brand. And we'll see if it works. So I'll do an update at some point in the videos, and those that follow along can see if it works. But I've got a little on-off switch. I could actually run it to a timer. I do have some manual timers. That is what I might do. And we'll try it out. All right, get it all put back together. One thing I was kind of figuring out as I was doing it, put the air stone in first so it's lower than the UV light, so when it's bubbling it'll draw water past the light, and I think it's going to work really well. It should sit kind of at any angle will work, but I'm going to plug it in, make sure the bulb works, otherwise that's not going to work at all, before I get it all wet. And then we're going to put it in the tank, and I'll catch some video of the tank and how barely we can see into it, and then like I said, follow along and we'll see if it works. So thanks for watching. All right, I did plug it in and it did light up, so that is good. You can see this has some blue jelly shrimp in here. Unfortunately, when I set it, I put a filter in here that had scuds, and it's not really working very well. I'm not seeing any shrimplets. I do have some calico plecos growing out in here, so I feed this tank a little bit heavy. But yeah, the shrimps, you just can't hardly see them. So like I said, you can barely pick up the bricks, and that's just because I've done a couple extra water changes this week. But it's got all kinds of Laguigia floating up here, and pennywort, and there's a pothos cutting, and it is rooted. Did take off roots, so that's probably helping. But I'm still losing. And on the other end, let's go this way. On the other end of this house, I got a lot of windows, and we've been getting Christmas presents in. And I was blocking that window on purpose right there, because as the sun was setting, it was right there. Well, now I'm starting to get a little bit of sun kind of behind the bricks. So that's good that I'm not getting it in here, but I think I might have to do like a curtain or something long term, because these tins for the most part look really good, which is really weird that this one doesn't get green, because it gets a lot of the door light as it's summing down, but it doesn't. But all these do, and they're not been set up very long, so that's one thing I'm battling. So green water, plenty of plants, light load. This one, the last one I set up, I just added a pleco, so he's actually right at the end of my finger, helping me out with that glass. I probably won't even clean it. I'll just add another pleco if he can't get it done. That one, I trimmed a whole bunch of stems and gave them away or sold them or something. And when I trimmed it all down, it started going a little bit green because I lost a lot of plants. But I did stick some pothos up there. But you can see I'm fighting green water basically. And I want to do a Fishroom tour video in the next week. So I'm going to stop kind of rambling there. We'll get the light in there, and I'll check back with you. Okay, well, I got it stuck back in this back corner back here. I did have to open it up because I couldn't tell if there was any bubbles coming out of it. I do have this bleed open because I'm still playing with everything, but I might have to pinch it back just a little bit more so I can see bubbles kick out. But that's where this tank runs with the overflow system. I could add like a little bit, half inch or so, and that would probably get it to the top. So I might actually add a little bit of water. That might not be a bad idea, but it's not going to splash either by having it this way. So who knows? We'll see where we go. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know that I did drape everything on the side and rested it on the frame. It does got that little on off. Sorry about fell over right there. And my regulator, which is wide open, which means I need to just pinch the bleed back just a little bit. But I'm going to flick it on and we'll see if we can see anything. Well, it's on. So, I can't tell. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to shut these 20 rack off real quick and see if I see light. And I have to do that with my phone, so I got to pause you guys. Alright, don't get too nervous. I did shut the light off. I got everything on a smart timer. It runs my cell phone. Really handy. But I'm going to flip you over and show you. It's pretty cool. You don't want to look at UV light. It damages your eyes really bad, and it'll do the same thing for any critters that you have in your tank. That's why I made the shield. Should have probably talked about that in the beginning, but I'm glad I remembered. And I'm going to flip you over and you can see what it looks like. It's not too bad. Alright, here we go. That's what it looks like at the top. And I can't see anything in the bottom. So that glow at the top is indirect light. It's just light that's in the tube. And I believe that should be totally harmless because you're not directly staring at the light. It's just reflection. But let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not a huge eyesore. And I think it was all around less than 30 bucks. So I'm going to get these lights turned back on and get my nightly feeding done, and maybe work on putting this video together so you guys have something to watch, because it's been a while. So alright, well, I don't have any smart timer, so I had to grab one of the old school ones. I'm gonna start this at 5 o'clock p.m. and run it till 10, so 5 hours of UV light treatment a day, and that's where I'm gonna go from right now. I will double check the website, and we'll see what it said about that, because I thought it said just a few hours, but I'm in the middle of doing this now. But I'm gonna go 5 hours every day, so we'll see where that starts. Well guys, I am excited. That worked out really well. Been doing a lot of projects, getting a lot of the air system taken care of, so I don't have disasters like this with hoses and pumps and cords, and gotta start tidying things up and thinking long term which way it's gonna go. So the air loop is it's not done. I gotta fix that bleed valve. I want to get it above the rack, so that'll be a weekend project. I don't know why I pointed it down. I was really disappointed with that idea. But then we're gonna start thinking about how we're gonna do the water system. And I think every valve, I want to be a turn valve on every tank for helping out on water changes. But I'm excited that it's super quiet in here, other than the bleed, but that'll fix itself as I get all the tanks switched over. Appreciate everybody that made it this far. Like I said, in the updates, I might make a little video about it. Why not? So I will give you well, I don't know, maybe it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, but I will make an update with the exact same thumbnail. Man, it's been that long since I made a video, I didn't even remember what it was called. So there'll be updates, and hopefully it works, and hopefully it helps somebody else out. So don't go out and build one until I do the update, because I don't want you to say, hey, it didn't work, because it's a trial and error system. So thanks again. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.